Check out that. And check out those houses up on the carved into the rock. Little beach there. Some of the most valuable properties in all of Vancouver sit nestled in the stone on this part of Western civilization. There's my son Carrington coming up the rock. My wife is somewhere there too. There's my daughter Carrie. We're hiking up the point on Eagle Park. What's going on, everybody? Coach Chrispect, the wise guy. Right here. This is a beautiful place, Verena. Absolutely gorgeous. Average property price, probably $10 million a home. Whoa. Oh, yes. And I'm trying to work my way up these rocks. Sunday, I thought I'd go live from somewhere I haven't been. Ooh, gross.
And just go around it.
I'll go around it.
Hi guys, it's me, Crazy Carrie. Come check out my video on Car TV. And cars that started over there. Look around. And then cars with store. Say hi, car star.
Nice. Some seashells on here. Tide's low right now. So how's everybody doing on this brilliant Sunday afternoon?
Right now, I have my swing pants on right under.
Hmm?
My swing pants on right under.
Nice.
See them? Can I just go?
Where are you gonna go?
Oh. There's a big gap.
How's the fishing here usually?
Actually, it's my first time.
Is it? It looks like a good place. Look,
To catch anything.
looks like it would be a lot of fish here.
I feel like there's nothing.
You're the pessimist, that's why.
Have you? I think there's nothing.
Man, there's crustacean and barnacles, seaweed. Just don't step on the green stuff or the black stuff, and you won't end up in the water like that. Stay away from the slippery stuff. Trust me when I say that. Did I ever use Turbo Lister? I have never used Turbo Lister. I'm familiar with it, but no, I've never used Turbo Lister. I don't see the need at this stage in the game because I don't have that volume of products. I know you were asking about ways to volume list. There are ways to volume list that are available on Seller Central. Bulk upload. Just look for bulk upload options, and there's a few templates that you'll fill out. Simple CSV file. But look into bulk template uploads. I don't know if that answers your question, but check that out. See if you can see any fish in the water.
That's impossible.
Oh, there's minnows here, Car.
Minnows?
Little ones. See them?
Push you inside the water.
The glisten.
Yeah, let me push you. Yeah, push you.
Don't push me. I already fell last time.
Yeah, this time I actually won.
Good question, Verena. So they just announced Prime Day information. I got an email not too long ago. I actually got an email about Prime Day at the end of June, and it was a confidential email. Is weird. The document attached to it had Amazon's confidentiality notice to it, which made me very hesitant to share the document. I'm like, I'm not gonna stir the wrath of Amazon and share that document. But it talks about advertising for Prime Day. What Prime Day is it's the it's the Black Friday. Good question. Prime Day is the Black Friday for Amazon. It's actually the biggest shopping day on the planet. And that biggest shopping day on the planet happens on Amazon FBA or Amazon. And it's for Prime members. So it was designed to give Amazon Prime members special deals. So Amazon came up with this promotional annual event back in 2015, and it was targeting their Prime customers and Prime membership sales, and Prime sellers to be able to list promos, give customers 20% off. And what the benefit was is that as a Prime seller, you would experience 5 times the sales you would normally experience. And I mean, a lot of sellers actually reported what they would normally sell maybe 10 a day, they were selling upwards 100 a day because they were running these promos. So imagine selling 100 units of what you normally would sell 10 of, or 50 of what you would normally sell 5 of. You can use they have different promos they run. Lightning deals are popular. They have Prime Day exclusive deals, and another Prime Day promotional offer. Only certain products qualify for Prime sales. It's just depending. Like if you had a product that had no reviews, there's actually a Prime Day ad that you can run for that product. If you have products that you just want to run for the Prime Day, there's promotion for that. Prime Day used to only run for literally 24 hours. They would put a clock on, that clock would launch, and it would be 24 hours, and that would be the end of the sale. Then, I think it was last year or the year before, they extended Prime Day to 2 days long. So there'd be like a lead up to Prime, and then it'd be a 2-day event, or 36 hours or something like that. And I think Prime Day is currently 36 hours. So every year Prime Day comes on, is like, as FBA seller, you haven't experienced it yet, but it is a very, very anticipated day to sell on Amazon. It's where we make a ton of money. Like I wake up in the morning, I have thousands and thousands of dollars in sales already, which is abnormal to people, to your average day. So Prime Day is just one of those Black Friday events that just eagerly anticipated. Things are on sale on Amazon that you would normally get. Like last year I picked up the Amazon Fire Stick for like 50. I think they were running it for 50% off. I didn't run any ads last year, but my sales on Prime Day were three times across the board to as high as 10 times, depending on the product, and just a lot more sales in general. So I received email, like if you're an FBA seller and you're eligible to run Prime Day ads on certain products, you would have received an email just with information on some of the promotional ads you can run, how to run them, best practices. So how to run them, they talked about what would qualify this year being for the specific ads. I think for lightning deals, your product has to have 3 stars or more, and you have to have as a rating, I think 5 stars as a seller rating. So if you don't have 5 stars yet, make sure you're attacking that aspect of your business to get your seller rating up and reviews on you as a seller up. And then if you have a product that's brand new, if you're doing private label, it's a good time to run it because you'll gain a massive amount of sales and a massive amount of reviews on your product during the Prime event. So that is important. That's coming up in They haven't released the exact date yet. Obviously, it usually is in July, so it would usually actually be right around this time, but due to COVID, that actually pushed everything back. So I believe Prime is going to be in October this year. I believe it's going to be after October 6th, between October 6th and October 15th, but the date has not yet been released. What's up, Black Stack? Good to see you on here. I thought, but I might as well go live. I'm in a unique place here in West Vancouver. Check it out. Beautiful houses up on the cove. Nice. Built right into the mountainside. Little miniature beach there. It's called Eagle Cove. Lighthouse Park is like just around the corner there. Guys out here floating on a log. The water's probably beautiful right now. Look at those houses nestled up there in the hills. This is all facing the ocean. That's the Pacific Ocean. If you guys are wondering, that is the Pacific Ocean. So this is salt water. This is a little yacht club here. Not little. Got some nice yachts there. Very nice, isn't it? Let's go live chat. Boom. Let's see what's up here. Hi, Amazon business owners and soon to be business owners. Verena says, so that means you better get a lot of stock in when Prime Day is going to come. Absolutely. Q4 in general, October, November, and December are, let me get a better, there we go. Q4 in general, so October, November, and December are months that you want to drive your inventory and get as much inventory to Amazon. Q4 is famous on Amazon, you know, kind of famous in an infamous way is that a lot of sellers, Amazon actually put rules in place to stop sellers from just jumping onto Amazon's platform on Q4 and then leaving after that, because a lot of sellers do a majority of their volume during Q4, so during October, November, December. So yeah, Amazon it's the hard hitters month. It's definitely a great time for Amazon sellers. So you got to make, and you know, Amazon also won't let people register as FBM sellers when Q4 hits. So they prevent sellers from registering just as FBM and taking advantage of that quarter. You know, they send, usually, if you haven't received it yet, you'll receive it pretty soon, their warning letter that you will not be able to sell during Q4 if you are FBM, if you are just registering, or whatever that letter says. It does not apply to FBA sellers, and that's an important thing. So whenever you get that letter, if you get that letter, don't panic. Just read at the very bottom, it'll say, if you're fulfillment by Amazon, ignore this letter. So, because I always get that question about 30 times during, at some point in the next month or so. What's up, Loving It? Loving It says, hi Chris, how will you prepare for Q4 this year? I'm still doing a couple things. I'm timing my launch on products to be now. So private label wise, like I said, I want to have 6 products launched and bought and paid for and arrived to Amazon prior to Q4, so prior to October. My goal was to get them there for September 1st. I'm almost done making my decisions on what products I'm going to launch, but I will launch minimum 3 by the end of July, so August 1st, and then start optimizing those listings and time them to arrive for October. The other thing I'll do is I'll obviously going to invest in a lot of inventory for retail arbitrage, a lot of swim inventory, so specific inventory that I sell. I've built a few more distribution lists, working with distributors to source inventory in larger quantities. Rather than just store to store this year, which is usually my routine for retail arbitrage, it's going to be time spent with distributors to source inventory and sell on Amazon. There's Carrington. Say hi.
Hero.
That's really it. This year, I mean, really want to spend time on quality inventory. I mean, obviously toys is a great product line to sell during Q4, so do your best to get ungated in the toy category. Again, work with distributors to a qualified distributor to get ungated in special categories under the toys niche that maybe you aren't. There isn't many that I'm still restricted in that I want to sell in. For example, Lego. I've never ever attempted to go get myself ungated for Lego. I haven't felt the need, but I might this year. You know, I have some Lego. I bought some Lego. Actually I will. So in the next month or so, I'm gonna probably share some of that information on simple ungating processes, just to help people out. It'll be in the private group. It won't be on the YouTube channel, so you have to join the course for that. But there's so many sellers that just ask me how to do it, and I always give them the information on how to do it. But specific brands like Lego and Hasbro and Mattel and all those brands, and then unique brands, just how we can contact distributors, suppliers, all that type of stuff, and work on that. Black Stacks tried Lego and got declined. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I don't know if I'm gonna qualify for Lego based on my seller status or not. I only have about 600 rating as a seller. I've seen some sellers that have a 15,000 rating, but when I go in Lego products, I see some sellers with 100. I do know some sellers in my course who have less than 20 seller status and are getting approved for Lego. So if you get declined, keep working. One thing I will say is don't quit. Continue to harass help and Amazon support. Continue to harass help and Amazon support. Your seller status is displayed when you go to where would be an easy place to find it? I mean, if you go to one of your listings and click on sellers who are selling the product, it's the number in brackets that's right beside your seller name. That's where your seller status is, or your seller rating. I'm sure there's a place in Seller Central to figure that out as well, but that's usually where I notice it the most. Oh yeah, when you go in Seller Central, if you just go under trying to think of the toolbar, performance, look under performance and then look under seller profile. I think performance, and look under seller reviews or something specific under performance, because that's where I go a lot of time to strike seller reviews. I said I was going to show people how to do that. I want to say I'd show people in the course how to do that, but I'll go tonight. I'll jump on there and I'll show you guys how to strike seller reviews. So if someone leaves you a 1-star review, how 8 times out of 10 you can get Amazon to put a strike through that and have it not affect your 5-star rating. Because you want to try to maintain as close to a 5-star rating as you humanly can. Some people are 100% and they have thousands of reviews. I believe 89% or 90%. So you want to try to maintain as close to 100% rating as possible, with as many reviews as you can get as possible. That identifies you as a quality seller, that's for sure. And Amazon have, even going back to what we're talking about with Prime, Amazon have rules in place based on how you can advertise during lightning deals and all that stuff. You have to have qualified seller reviews. I think you have to be over 80% or something like that. So yeah, very nice here. We've been fishing every weekend. We went fishing yesterday. We went to this area. We were in the mountains, and then we hiked down about a 15-minute hike, pretty steep, but trail driven, straight down to a river called Chilliwack River. And we fished in the Chilliwack River. I hit some little pool areas where I was pulling out like 5-6 fish in about 20 minutes. And then another area, just little ones though, nothing huge. But there's like salmon and stuff there. Says feedback rating and mine is 0. Yeah, so that would be it. That's exactly what it is. So that's your seller rating or your feedback rating. I guess that's what they call it, feedback rating. So new sellers start with 0. It means no one has left you as a seller a review saying, hey, this guy was good, he was quick. I mean, you have no control over half of that stuff because obviously you do Amazon FBA, and Amazon FBA control, you know, the timeline it takes to get your product to the customer. But people will leave you a review based on all that stuff, how quickly they got the product, or even the opposite. I didn't get my product, took forever, this seller never delivered, I never received the product. Those are things that you can get stricken, especially if you do Amazon FBA, because it's not your fault. So you can have those reviews removed, and you must make sure that you have those reviews removed. Okay. The best way to get reviews is sign up with a company. For example, I don't use Jungle Scout's version of it, but they have what's called Jump Send, and they will send it's automated. So every time a customer buys, they will send a customer 4 emails. The first email will be automatically thank for your purchase. It is, and it is in the works and on its way here. And then the second email will be, here's a tracking number to your purchase. The third email will be 7 days later, and it will say something like, how did you like your purchase? And the fourth email will be like 21 days later, and it'll be like, how did you like your product? Just wanted to follow up, make sure you're happy with it. If you're satisfied with your product, please leave us, an honest review. And then it'll give you like dynamics, like being able to choose the amount of stars right there on the email. So it has all these built-in features that will automatically reach out to your customers through Amazon, and they're structured in a way that is Amazon approved, because you, as a seller, you're not allowed to just reach out to customers and just ask for reviews. You can't do that anymore. It's not allowed. But you can strategically ask them, you can do it manually. You can strategically reach out to customers and give them good customer service. You can reach out with the first message saying, here is your tracking number for your product. You can reach out with another one saying, just want to make sure that you received your product and everything is good. You can give them good customer service, and you can do that up to 4 times for customers. And obviously, if customers reach out to you with a question or a concern, you can respond to them super fast, be really diligent, within the hour kind of thing. And you can help them with their concerns. And then you can, advise them to leave a honest review. Not to leave a positive review, or not to leave a negative review, or not to leave a 5-star review, but just to leave you an honest review as a seller, because it does nothing but help your Amazon storefront. And you might not even be able to say that, but you just have to tell them to leave an honest review and give them a link to that location. I've put templates for this in the course on customer service section. I think it's module 8. Talks about customer service and about driving your rating. So if you're in the course, go to module 8. Make sure you've watched those videos, and then you're applying the templates. The templates are linked in the resource section. But you have to do that manually. It's free, obviously. I used to use a service. I used a service for the first 2 years called Kibly. And Kibly is the same thing, Kibly.com. And I don't have an affiliate link for them anymore because I don't use them anymore. But I do recommend a customer service option that will automate your getting reviews, because what happens in general is, and this is why I have so many great reviews on my product. Again, to be honest, this is why I have so many great reviews, is because I do use a service that does it for me. When you're doing thousands and thousands of sales a day, it's impossible for you to do it manually. When you're doing 20 to 30, it's very easy, because here's how it goes. The first day you do 20 reviews, you reach out and do 20 replies for customer service, day 1. Day 2, you reach out and do the next 20, because every day you reach out and thank every customer for making their purchase from you. Day 3, you reach out and do another 20, but you also have to do day 1's reviews, which are 20, day 3 follow-ups, which is checking to see if you received your product, you know, or your product is shipped, or whatever the case may be. Obviously it's Prime, so day 1, it's been a while, I haven't even looked at the templates. Day 1, you would advise them that we've received your order and the product is shipped, and here's your tracking number, just confirmation, thank you for your order, here's your tracking number. By day 3, it would be checking to see if you received your order, any questions, thank you for purchasing from your storefront. And then day 7 would be following up to see how you liked your order, how you liked your product. Thank you again for purchasing from your storefront. And then day 21 is the third one is also, if you have any, you know, questions or comments, please contact me directly. But also, if you would like to leave us what am I saying? If you would like to leave us a honest review, please do so, and you give them a link. Okay, those are the manual way of doing it. Again, I'm paraphrasing what I usually generally I specifically have put together a template for exactly what I say that you can copy and paste. It's in the course. If you're in the course, just go to module 8 or go to the resources. But if you're not, join the course kind of thing. But the manual way of doing it, it's day 1, day 3, day 7, and then the last one, the 4th one, I do is on day 21, which again is another follow-up. Again, thanking them for a purchase, but also, you know, politely asking them to leave a review, because it helps our storefront and Amazon, you know, give better feedback to the customers and improve our products and all that type of stuff. So just paraphrasing what's in there, but you got to work that part of customer service. And again, the rule of 20, if you sell 10 products a day, the rule of 10 a day, it's exponential. 10 today, 10 tomorrow, 10 the next day. But the next day, you're also doing 10 from the first day. And then by day 7, you end up sending out like 50 reviews if you're only selling 10 a day, because you're doing all these follow-ups, right? So you're doing, and you have to use some sort of grid to make sure that you're following up. The point is, Kibly, or a service that's there, it's already built into the program. You just have to set up the basic parameters, the words that you want to say. They even have templates for what to say to the customers. You just have to turn them on, add your storefront names in, maybe some unique message from you that gives it your own flavor. But that will, within the first month, you'll go from 0. Someone who had 0 would probably end up with, if they did 10 sales a day, someone new, they'd probably end up with, if they had 300 sales in a month, at least 10% of those would become reviews. So that you'd get at least 30 reviews. And again, if your products are good, you know, if you're not selling 1-star products, which is a bad thing to do, make sure you're selling 4 or 5-star products that already have great reviews, that are in demand. If your products are good, and you're, you know, that's really it. If your products are good and in demand and the price is right, you know, and you're not shipping them crap products, you know, you're gonna get great reviews. And then what happens is, as a seller, if a customer leaves the wrong review on you as a seller, like if they leave, "This product sucks, I'll never buy it again," but they're leaving that on you as a seller, it's very easy. You can just go into your feedback section and you can have that review stricken. There's an option, literally just a button to the right of the review with options. And one of them says, you know, do you want to dispute this review or cancel it, you know, whatever it is, you can have that review stricken. So it's really easy to do. It's nothing fancy. It's just a lot of people don't know about it. And striking those reviews that are product based on you as a seller, you should do every one of them, because that doesn't qualify for them to review you as a seller. So smash the thumbs if you like that specific pointer, and there you go. Well, it's been 30 minutes. Let's see if any of you guys have any last questions. Black Stack says, What is the best way to get reviews? I just did that. Is it all right to include a thank you card and ask for a review? I see some sellers saying that they do that. I'll answer that. And then Loving It says, Chris, what do you think about the Amazon announcement about sellers' addresses soon to be added to their online profile? Okay, so first let me answer Blackstack. Adding a review card in with your private label stuff, I would say I would hesitate. What you're not allowed to do is you're not allowed to drive traffic to your website. You're allowed to ask them to leave an honest review, but you're not allowed to ask them for a 5-star review. Okay, so make sure that those guidelines, make sure that you look at the guidelines that Amazon have put forth and follow them, because they don't play games when it comes to sellers asking for reviews anymore. They stopped that game about 4 years ago. So you can't do it, they'll shut you down right away. But if you ask for an honest review, you know, and you just tell them, you know, any questions with customer service, you know, message you through their seller account, give them instructions on how to do it and ask for an honest review. You can probably put a card like that in there, but they do have guidelines. I've never done it. I have used a service that didn't require me to do it, but I know people who did it. I know people who do it to products. The only place I've done something similar to that is when I build an owner's manual for my private label products. When I build owner's manuals for my private label products, I do it for all of them. I create a custom owner's manual specific with my branding. And in there, I do put my Facebook pages, and I do put product, again, specific to asking for honest reviews. Connect with us on Facebook, how easy it is for them. Just basically go to your orders, go to your history, and right there you can write a review. And I'll do a screenshot of that section. So that's all I do. But I do know people do cards. You can literally, there are services for that. Again, just make sure you're following Amazon's terms, because they don't play games, okay? And then the last question by Loving It about Amazon putting our addresses on our listings. I have no problem with that at all. Never did, never would. I don't know that consumers will, they don't even understand where the product, they think everything is coming from Amazon. It's going to kind of confuse consumers, I think, a little bit. Because when they click, they think they're buying from Amazon, most of them. Some know they're buying from you know, independent sellers, but not all of them. So, you know, but other than that, I mean, maybe we get spammed a little bit. I don't know. I think it's going to cause a little bit of a spam nightmare. We'll probably receive, just like email, we'll probably start receiving spam in the mail, but I don't know. I haven't really put much of an opinion to it. You know, I don't have any issues with it at all. All right, guys, 33 minutes in the books. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful view right behind me in West Vancouver at Eagle Park. Smash that like button before you go. Blacksack says that's why they don't leave a review, because they think the product is from Amazon. And Amazon, and keep in mind, Amazon solicit reviews. If you bought from Amazon before, you know that you get the email, you know, and it will ask for a review. So Amazon solicit reviews for you. So you don't have to do it, but they're not as diligent. And I think to get a review, it does require at least 3, if not 4 messages from the seller. 3 customer service, the 3rd one should be an ask, and then 4th one should be a follow-up and another ask for both a seller review and for a product review. If you're doing retail arbitrage, don't bother asking for product reviews, just ask for seller reviews. Okay, if you're doing private label, that's when you want to ask for product reviews. That's when it's most important. But when you're doing retail arbitrage and you're promoting other brands or selling other brands, don't worry about product reviews, just worry about seller reviews. You know, your customer service, your delivery time, you know, is what your offer is, and how good are you at your customer service and your delivery time, your speed. If you're FBA, you're Prime, you know, so talk about those things that Amazon already sell in their features for Prime, and then just reiterate that message to the customers when you're asking them, you know, when you're talking about customer service and you're following up to see if they like the product, if they're happy with their purchase, and thanking them. Hey, thank you for purchasing from your storefront name. You know, you're a seller on Amazon, and seller reviews count, and you know, so does customer service. We just want to make sure you're happy. And again, to thank you again for purchasing on Amazon. And we will see you again. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with me, Coach Chrispect, the Wise Guys. Make sure you smash that like button right now and subscribe.